Good morning, Northside kids. Today's key passage is the same as last week, Isaiah 53, 4 through 5. Surely our griefs he himself bore, and our sorrows he carried. Yet we ourselves esteemed him stricken, smitten of God and afflicted. But he was pierced through for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The chastising of our well-being fell upon him, and by his scourging we are healed. The big picture question is also the same as last week. It's for our whole unit. Why did God create people? God created people to worship him, love him, and to show his glory. Today's story comes from Mark 5. It is Jesus heals a little girl. Jesus stood on the shore of the Sea of Galilee, and a large crowd gathered around him. Jairus, one of the rulers of the synagogue, came to Jesus to ask him for help. "My daughter is about to die," he said. "Please, come touch her, and she'll live and be well." So Jesus went with Jairus, and many people were following him. In the crowd of all those people was a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years. And she told herself, if I can just touch Jesus' clothes, I'll be healed. She had gone to lots of doctors through those 12 years. Many doctors. She had spent all her money, and she was still not any better. In fact, she was getting worse. So she came up behind Jesus and she touched his garment, and instantly she was better. Her bleeding stopped and she knew it. At that moment, Jesus felt that power had gone out from him. And he turned around and he said, "Who touched me?" His disciples said, "There's a crowd of people all around us. What do you mean, who touched you? We're all squished in with all these people." But Jesus knew that power had gone out from him. And the woman who knew that she had been healed came forward and she told Jesus everything. And she fell down at his feet. And he said, "Daughter, your faith has saved you. Go in peace, you are healed." While Jesus was speaking, some men came to Jairus and they told him that his daughter had died. They said, "Let Jesus go on, don't bother him anymore. It's too late." But Jesus heard their words, and he told Jairus, "Don't be afraid, just believe." Jesus and 3 of his disciples went on to Jairus' house, and there people were crying and wailing loudly because the little girl had died, and they were sad. And Jesus asked him, "Why are you crying? The child is not dead, she's sleeping." The people laughed because they did not believe Jesus. And he told them all to leave. Jesus took Jairus and his wife into the room where the child was. He took the girl by her hand and he said, "Little girl, get up." Immediately, the girl got up and began walking around. She was 12 years old. Jairus and his wife were amazed. Jesus told them to give the girl some food and don't tell anybody what happened. By healing the woman and raising the little girl from the dead, Jesus showed his power as the Messiah. Jesus died on the cross, and he rose again to save people from sin and death. When we trust in Jesus Christ, God forgives us from our sin and teaches us to be more like him.